Jacqueline Costa is suing her former landlord, Charles Knott, for property damage, lost wages, and harassment.
Ms. Costa, the defendant is your former landlord.
Yes.
And it is your claim that the defendant, in a sort of nasty retaliatory mood after you moved out, came and dumped some of your property at your place of business where you worked, and that some of the property was damaged. That's what you're suing for. According to what I read, you knew him for a long time. Is that right?
2.5 years.
And you were living together for all that time?
We were roommates.
Roommates.
Correct.
And then he got married.
Not then. Not while I was there, no.
He brought his future wife to live in the house where you were sharing as roommates.
Yes.
And that didn't work out. So you left when?
I left July 1st.
And what stuff did you leave behind?
I left behind a mattress set and a 4-drawer and a little closet dresser. And I left some things on the back patio.
Did you, when you left, pay July's rent?
I paid June's rent.
That's not what I asked you.
Right.
Did you
No,
pay
I did
July's
not. No, I didn't. No.
And you left?
And I left.
So he's not responsible for your stuff after you moved out, unless you had an agreement with him. Did you have an agreement with him?
I asked him if I could have an extra day and asked if I could come back on my payday, which was 4 days later.
Did you have that conversation with her?
It was roughly like that. I thought she was going to be out the 1st, and she told me on the 1st that she needed till the 5th, and so I agreed, and she never came back and got her stuff.
So you agreed to wait until the 5th?
Yes.
And she didn't come on the 5th?
Yeah.
Well, that's clear you didn't come on the 5th because your complaint says that he dumped your stuff off in the parking lot where you worked on the 6th.
Which was my payday, yes.
Who cares? You didn't pay July's rent. He was being nice to you. He said, I'll give you till the 5th. You didn't come there on the 5th. So he brought your stuff back and he dumped it. Now, Ms. Costa damaged some of your property. One of the things she damaged was your wife's car. Did you sue her for that?
No, there was a criminal charge she was convicted of, and ordered to pay restitution for the insurance in the car.
Did she pay the restitution?
Not yet.
But at that time, I'm sure that when you filed a police report, you filed a police report involving all of the damage to the garage and the damage to the car.
It was just to the car because...
Well, then you had the opportunity to do that, sir. Then. You know you have to pay this restitution to him.
I do.
Well, when were you supposed to start?
I saw him when I was trying to pay it last week and offered to give it to him, and he refused it. I called my public defender, and
Why don't you just get a money order or a check and send it to him?
There's a protective order on me, and I'm not...
It doesn't have anything to do with the mail. Why don't you just put it...
Because in my court proceedings, my attorney said to go through them, to contact them, and that's what I did.
Well, then why were you trying to give him the money?
Because he walked in when I was doing it, when I was at the counter trying to pay the money.
I was going to file the countersuit, and I seen her there.
If you don't pay the restitution, they are going to arrest you, and you're going to go to jail.
Right.
Because that's part of a plea that you took.
Right.
To make restitution. So you're going to go to jail if you don't do that. Do you understand?
I do.
Good. Your case is dismissed.
Chip music.